Welcome to Beating a Dead Horse, the podcast where we take the things that have been talked to death and talk about them some more. Please submit topics to Twitter at HotchJoshMC, hashtag Beating a Dead Horse. The podcast is recorded live at twitch.tv/HotchJoshMC, so if you haven't caught one live, come and check it out every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And now, your hosts, Josh and Jonathan. This is Beating a Dead Horse. And hey guys, real quick, I got a question out of the gate. You can actually send me questions on Instagram for the podcast too, if that's where you're more comfortable at. Instagram is new for me. We can talk about this. So my Instagram blew up.
Yeah.
I went to, what is that thing called? MomoCon.
Right.
And while I was in MomoCon, I did a panel with Caveman Films and Sky Does Minecraft. Both guys that are way bigger than me on the YouTube totem pole. And in the process of all of that, my Instagram account blew up. So, a lot of you guys are from Instagram. A lot of you guys came over from there, so thank you for coming out. Thank you for following me and putting up with my stuff. And a lot of you people from Instagram have come over to YouTube, so it's kind of a good time for me. So it's exciting. It is benefiting us and our frail egos.
That's right.
This is our weekly affirmation.
Cool. Right.
So let's see. YouTube. So yeah, you guys are cool. You guys are awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get into this. I got a random question generator going. Before we get too excited, Simon Hutt's Gaming is back after his timeout, and if it gets too snippy, we're just gigging you tonight. I'm tired of it. So anyway, going to our random topic generator, which has this is a question, but I don't know if I want that. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Sure, that's interesting. Okay, so the question here is, or the topic here is a movie poster that has affected you. A movie poster that's affected you.
Well, recently, the new Guardians of the Galaxy poster is pretty awesome.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't. I'm gonna look it up right now. Keep talking though.
I don't know. It just is. It fits the nice kind of mix of the sci-fi. Let's see.
This one?
No, the first one.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's different. I feel like than some of their previous posters. So.
Just give me the. Okay, there it is. There it is. Oh yeah. I like it. So yeah, it's kind of got nice.
It's definitely got the sci-fi vibe going.
Sci-fi. I don't know. I don't want to say like it's not westerny.
No.
But kind of the old school kind of Star Wars feel.
School,
yeah, I like it. I like that.
That's a recent one.
Yeah. I'm into that. Yeah. Let's see, movie poster. Has that a movie poster that's affected me? I don't know. Because I haven't been paying attention to movie posters, in all honesty. I've been just, like, showing up. And then, like, I know I want to see that one, but I haven't seen the posters. So, I don't know that I have a movie poster that's affected me. At least not recently. I'm trying to think back. So, one that I really liked, even though I hated the movie, was the one for Spider-Man 3. With him, it was him in like the black suit on a window, and you saw the red suit reflected.
Right.
And they also had a variant that had him in the red suit, and you saw the black suit reflected.
Yeah.
I actually had that one, a big because I worked at a theater, and for a while, I don't know if you were you friends then when I had the big Spider-Man on my wall.
I think was that the old house, like way back.
Yeah. So basically, it was like the size of this wall behind us.
Yeah, it was huge.
And it was huge, and it was in my bedroom. And it was that poster, but a huge version of it.
Yeah.
So that was probably one that was like really cool, especially before I saw the movie. It was really cool. Then I saw the movie, and I hated the movie, but I kept the poster because the
Yeah,
the poster was real good.
redeemed itself at least.
If I had to say like negatively, I've talked about this. I hate the artwork they put on the Blu-rays of those Spider-Man movies.
We just talked about this recently.
Yeah, recently we were in Best Buy.
Just like a flat blue background with like
Yeah, it looks-
poorly photoshopped characters.
It looks like someone was just learning Photoshop,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Can you take these guys and blow their faces up really big, put them on either side, and just put something behind them?"
Somebody got somebody really on the cheap. So,
Yeah, that's about what it's like.
Yeah,
That's
it's
affected
about
me in a negative way.
yeah, that's true.
That made me hate the movies even more. So that I think a poster could make or break a movie.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because I mean, there are movies that are good, but they have like stupid looking covers.
Yeah.
And there are also movies that are really bad that have really awesome looking covers. And then I try to watch it and I'm like, ugh,
It's true.
that was awful. I can't think of one specifically. There's a lot of stuff on Netflix that is like looks really cool, and then you watch it and it's like, oh, this is a stinker.
Right. Which is, I mean, it's smart because at least most people will look at stuff and go, "Oh, this looks cool. I should watch this."
Yeah, what kills me is when people like remake a poster. Like it's obviously the movie's nothing like whatever they're trying to make you think it's like.
Right.
It's just the poster.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh, I bet this will be like Star Wars, and then you watch it, and it's like, oh,
It's
this is
terrible.
not like Star Wars. This is a
Right.
mobster movie. Like, my favorite Spider-Man movie is Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm not ashamed to say that. I want to love the first ones, and the first one is good. The second one is very, very good, but the third one is god awful. It's awful. It's awful. I want to punch Sam. If I ever saw Sam Raimi, I would want to punch him. That would just be my instinct. Because of
Just walk. Don't even say hi. Just
hipster
walk out.
jazz Spider-Man,
Yeah, that one.
hipster
seems-
emo.
I checked out the whole movie after that scene.
So bad. So bad.
The second one would probably be my favorite one too. I mean, this most recent one.
The reboot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it feels like a comic book. Like
Yeah.
I would argue that it's the only comic book movie that I've seen that feels like a comic book
Yeah.
as far as pacing goes.
Yeah.
So,
It was good.
yep. All right, moving right along. Someone said we got a question on Twitter. Let's check that out. Let's see. So, okay, so this question kind of goes with that. What's the best for you this 2014? Captain America, Amazing Spider-Man 2, X-Men Days of Future Past, or Godzilla?
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty good territory.
They were all good.
They were all excellent.
I don't know. I might think about it for a second. So I think they all have their merits.
Yeah, I mean, Godzilla's in a little different class for me. I think just because it's not a comic,
Not a superhero. Yeah.
thing.
There are comics.
I mean, yeah, but you know,
I know what you mean.
it's not Marvel.
Okay, so let me think about it. I'm gonna break them all down and then maybe I can come up with an answer. So Captain America was good. I'm not a huge Captain America fan, so that has to factor into my decision, I think. But the ending of it is such that it's so core to the Marvel universe
Yeah,
that I think it's unfair because it forces it into this higher position because of what it does for the universe.
yeah,
If I take that out of it, it's out of the running for me. Not that it wasn't good, I just think there's plenty of other things. Spider-Man I thought was really, really good. X-Men I thought was really, really good. So those I'll put those together for a second. And then Godzilla was good, but like you said, it's not a superhero movie.
yeah.
I mean, I've seen it now. I probably won't see it again until it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. I said TVD. That's cute. I probably won't see it again until then. So let's look at X-Men, Spider-Man. Spider-Man I liked inherently because I like Spider-Man more than X-Men.
Right. I think for me, this is just my opinion. I think I really, really liked Godzilla, but I think for me, it would probably have to be between X-Men and Captain America 2. I think.
Okay.
Only because the spoiler alert, if you haven't seen X-Men, X-Men kind of took care of X-Men 3 for me, which I kind of disdained. And so I appreciate it from both that level.
Nothing like a hard reset, buddy.
Oh, man. So nothing from that level, and the fact that I just thought they had some really great performances from McAvoy, and Fassbender is incredible, in my opinion.
For sure.
But Captain America 2 was better than my expectations, because I wasn't a huge Captain America fan going into it. But after the second movie, I thought the second movie was much better than the first one, as I were Captain America.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just thought about that. But and the second movie really changed my opinion on the character. I feel like it was really well done.
It was good to see him out of. I don't care about the past. Like put him in. Put him in the now.
I mean, I think they needed that to kind of establish the series, but it was definitely between those two for me. But picking a two would be difficult.
I love doing this live because every now and then, because the screen's so far away, you'll be in the middle of a thought and you'll go, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll lean forward, try to read what the screen says. Yeah.
How many did you start doing that after you make a point?
After I make a point, I get lost.
Just stop looking at this until you make a point.
I know.
No, okay, so so your answer was...
It would be really hard for me to go between those two.
Really hard? Okay.
Well, just for the sake of the argument, I'll go with Captain America 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think... So I gotta put, I mean, X-Men's in the running for me because... Just like Captain America does so much for the Marvel Universe, X-Men, this movie, does so much for everything they've done with X-Men. Which at this point, you have to put X-Men in its own movie universe, because it is.
That's true.
Especially since they use a character in this movie that they're going to use in the Avenger movie, and those are not connected at all.
Yeah, no.
We should talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But, okay, I'll check all the Twitter stuff in a minute, once we're done with this. But yeah, X-Men was good, Spider-Man was good. You know what, though? I would go watch X-Men again over Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because I've
seen it twice. I would go see it a third time.
X-Men?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Spider-Man I saw once, and I'd probably go see it one more time. And my wife wanted to, but I think that ship has sailed. I think it's gone. But I'd go see X-Men again, and I think it's because I know the Spider-Man story. Mm-hmm. I read the comics, so nothing there really surprised me at all.
Well, and you're on you're on the second wind of films, too.
Yeah.
With them.
But then with the X-Men, I wasn't familiar with the story arc, and it is in the comics.
Yeah.
And so, for me, it was something more interesting to see what they did. I really, really, really liked Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in this movie. And I hate Wolverine.
Right.
So, I mean, put it this way. For me to feel the way I feel about Hugh Jackman and Wolverine right now would be like if someone made me feel better about, I don't know, let's say Christian Bale as Batman. It'd be like if I came...
the earth would shake.
It'd be like if someone made a movie and I was like, you know who's really good as Batman? That Christian Bale.
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you're new to the show, I don't like Christian Bale as Batman. And we've found a way to bring that up every week.
The sixth show, I think.
The sixth show. And it's been about every week we've been able to say how much I hate Christian Bale.
I'm going to put that on a mug for you.
I hate Christian Bale. Christian Bale is the worst Batman.
That's right.
Just give me one that I can write on just every week.
Every week, you can just mention
I'll write a new quote about Christian Bale. I need a dry erase mug stat. Is that a thing? Do they make dry erase mugs?
Sure
I need one.
If not, we'll make sure
we'll make sure we get one. Christian Bale probably hates everything. I think anything... Just Christian Bale just doesn't like things. There's another one.
That's another one.
Christian Bale doesn't like things.
It's like Mad Libs.
Yeah, this is the sixth show. Right? This is the sixth show.
I felt right.
Yeah, sixth. I think so. Right? Anyway, I liked Hugh Jackman. He was good. I liked him, and I don't like Wolverine. I don't like the character, just like I don't like Batman. And so it made me really, really enjoy him. I liked that he was a layered character for once and not just blind rage. I liked the hard reset. Which that's all I'll say about it because I don't want to spoil much more from you. All right, we'll see you, Steel MC. So I don't want to ruin much for you, but I think it was big. It was really big. Did a lot for the series.
Yeah, I agree.
It did change some things that I hated. And so that was good. So yeah, I'm gonna say X-Men. I think so.
It's a good choice.
Real quick, I know there are other questions, but I want to talk about Quicksilver for a second. Because Quicksilver is in the new X-Men movie, played by somebody that I don't know. I don't know who he was. Was he somebody important?
Oh, Evan. The guy that played him in that.
Yeah.
Evan Peters. The only thing I remember seeing him in is American Horror Story.
Okay. No.
I think he's been in every season of that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because they don't use like the same ensemble cast.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know.
It's not a show I watch religiously. But
I don't really know him. But he was good. Here's the thing. There was a second where I was like, "Holy crap! Quicksilver's going to steal this movie," and he would have if he'd have been in more of it.
Yeah.
But he was
If
so
anything,
good.
I kind of wish they had maybe carried him over a little more.
Yeah, for sure. And so here's what I'm hoping. I hope Joss Whedon went and saw that movie and went, "That's how my Quicksilver needs to be." Now, granted, his Quicksilver will be older.
Yeah.
But yeah. For the past 30 seconds, we've just been talking about how awesome Quicksilver is.
Yeah.
But I hope Joss Whedon goes, I need to do that, and I need to make that guy. Because he was like super ADD, like running off the walls. There's this really cool scene, without spoiling too much, where like he's running around a kitchen and doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Slow-mo.
And it was good. It was so good. The guy played the character really well. So, like I said, I hope Joss Whedon was watching.
It'll definitely be interesting to see what their take is on it with Avengers 2.
For sure. All right, let's see what we got here. Questions. So we have an audio question, I think.
Hello there, Mr. Josh and Mr. Beach. This is JBJ Please don't worry, I didn't kill any animals during that little episode there. But anyways, I'm just wondering, since it's nearing the end of school and it's probably already done school in the US, but anyway, what is your worst and your best school memory? Thank you, and bye-bye.
All right, so first of all, JPJ, did you take a poop in the middle of that? I feel like you took a poop in the middle of that.
Oh, Lord.
It kind of sounded like you took a poop. Like really hard to take poop. Anyway, sorry. So my worst and best school memory?
Yeah.
Okay, so can it be outside of school? I wonder. I'm going to say that it can be. Like, I was in school age, but I wasn't in school. Like, it didn't happen at school. Do you think that's appropriate? Can that fit?
I think that's fine.
Okay, so we'll start there, and if the chat so decides that it's incorrect, I'll come up with a better story. But this is a really good story.
Right.
And I tell this story because it's horribly embarrassing. So, and I don't know if I've told you this story.
I don't know.
So, I was in college. I'm out of college now. I finally graduated. Woo, woo. But I was in college. It was in probably my freshman year of college. Actually, you know what? I still might have been a senior in high school, now that I'm thinking about it. I was a senior in high school, so it fits. Perfect. Okay, so I was a senior in high school. My friends came down. One of my friends came to where I live from college. He was in college. I was in high school. And he was a big model airplane flyer. He liked to fly model airplanes. And I, at the time, was an avid kilt wearer. I owned a kilt. Actually, I still have it. It's in this house. I just can't fit into it anymore. Because I bought it in high school.
Right.
But I was an avid kilt wearer. And so we were out flying a model airplane, like a remote control airplane. Not model, but I guess you could kind of build them. Anyway, we were out flying a remote control airplane. And I was in a kilt, and I was wearing the kilt's commando.
As you do.
Actually, was I? This is an awful story. No, I wasn't. I wasn't wearing the kilt commando. So I was wearing the kilt, not commando. I had underwear on. And he's like, "Hey, I need you to come help me with something on the plane." So like, apparently, like remote control planes, some of them have like these rubber bands that wrap around the propellers.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Hey, can you hang on to this while I turn this?" I don't remember exactly what was going on because I had other things happening gastrointestinally. And so I bend down or squat down to help him with the plane. And when I did that, like I said, I had some problems going downtown. And so I was like, well, I think I need to fart. And so, have I told you the story?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Good. You're in for a treat.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta fart. So I'm like, he won't hear it. I'm squatting down. My butt cheeks are not touching. So it's gonna be a silent one. So I'm like, cool. This is awesome. I got down here. He's just gonna smell it. He's not gonna know what hit him. But he won't know it's me. It's
Silent killer.
silent. So I didn't push hard either. I was just like, just try to push a little bit. I'm like, I'm gonna get this fart out as quiet as I can. When I did that, the temperature in my nether regions went up a few degrees, and I felt some moistness that wasn't appropriate, and so I immediately shoot up, like stand up, and I'm like, "Is your car unlocked?" That's the only thing I could think of. And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Is your car unlocked?" And like, so we're probably now. Keep in mind, we're in like this big open area in a state park, where people come and fly planes. Now we're the only people flying a plane. So I'm like, "Is your car unlocked?" He's like, "Yeah." So the car is maybe 20, 30 feet. It's far enough away that he's not like paying attention to me once I get over there.
Right.
So I walk over to my car or his car to get my bag. I have a book bag there, and I pull out because I was a Boy Scout, and so always be prepared. And so I pull out this flattened roll of toilet paper that I always take with me when I go camping, because that's what we were doing. We were going camping at the state park, and so I pull out this thing, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can handle this problem. I was prepared. So I decide, well, I got to get these underwear off. So I don't want to sit in my friend's car because he doesn't have leather seats. So I'm like, I'm literally sitting on the edge of the door, like the frame of the car, and I pull the offending undergarments off, and then I'm like, oh, what do I do with these now? Because I'm not putting them in my bag. Well, I'd gone through a bag of beef jerky earlier, so I had an empty beef jerky bag. And so I stuff them down in there. And then, while propped up on the edge of this car, with cars driving by periodically, am trying to, like, clean everything off. Sitting there on the edge of this car. The whole time, my friend doesn't know what's going on. And so then I think that was the only pair of underwear I had. And so when I come back, I'm going commando, and I act like nothing ever happened. And that was probably one of my worst memories of school, school times.
That's pretty impressive.
Because I pooped myself in the park, flying a model airplane in a kilt.
It's at least a nice alliteration.
And yeah, pooped in the park. And it wasn't bad, like, because a lot of people found out about it. They have now, and I've told this story before.
Right.
This is not the first time I've told this story. But yeah, it was really like internally embarrassing. Like, it's weird to be embarrassed of something that you know no one saw.
Right.
But I was horrified, and for a long time was horrified. And now it's just a fun story.
Yeah.
But it was scary then. Do you have a really bad one while I'm thinking of a good one?
I don't know. I think I mentally blocked out most of middle school, which is where most of those stories would lie. I do remember one specific instance. I was somewhat in a hurry trying to get to my car. I was in high school. I would think I had just turned 16, and I was in band at that point in time. So you're already carrying a bunch of crap. You have a backpack. You have all this stuff. So I had my backpack. I was carrying my saxophone in this case and something else. I forget what it was. And so I was hauling it pretty decently to the parking lot, and managed to trip and just face plant
Oh.
in the grass.
Uh.
And I remember it was one of those things that like it happens, and I'm not like a hugely extroverted person now, but I was even much less so than I am now back then. And so I remember I just kind of laid there for just a while. Because it was, I mean, like, you had like 400 people leaving at the same time, and of course,
Right.
no one offers to help or ask if you're okay. Nobody does that.
No.
It's middle school or high school, nobody cares. And so that was one of those definitely, like, I just kind of laid in the grass for a few moments until I like was trying to hop up quickly.
Just leave me here.
Just leave me here. I'm sure I had just died like right in the middle of the
Yeah.
like face still on the ground, like just leave me. I'm gone.
Just gone.
I'm sure much more embarrassing things to me than that happened. Wow, I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. So good moments. Okay, this is a good one. So I am not good at math at all. And I probably have told you this story.
Me neither.
But I'm not good at math, and I've never been good at math. And so my 10th grade year, I had Algebra 2. And I was not doing well, and the teacher told me, hey, you're not doing well. And I said, well, hey, I'm going to come to your, tutoring time.
Mm-hmm.
So I come to her tutoring time, and it's like me and a bunch of jock kids. Which obviously I wasn't a jock kid in high school. Still not now, never was. But there was a rumor going around school that this teacher, if you want to call her that, was having some sort of inappropriate relations with some students. That was the big rumor going around.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to go visit her during her tutoring time, I noticed that, she was sitting on the desk of a student, obviously flirting, just overtly flirting with the student. Now she was an older teacher. I mean, she's like old lady pretty, but not like. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, so,
I'm trying to think of someone.
old lady pretty.
It's like, oh, you know what? I bet she was cute one day,
right.
but now, like Sally Fields. She's she's old lady pretty.
Yeah, she is.
So
You can coin that term.
So I'm sitting there, and this lady is obviously flirting with this guy, and so that's happening. And then I decided, well, she's obviously not going to help me, at all. So I stayed there the whole time and decided to leave, and so I did that. Anyway, the next couple of days in class, I'm talking to a friend of mine in her class. And she is mad at me. She gets on to me. She's like, "Hey, why are you talking during my class?" And I'm like, "Well, because I don't like your class." And she's like, "You don't like my class?" I'm like, "No, I hate your class. I hate being here. I'm never gonna use this, and I'm done." And I was like, I came to get help from you. You didn't help me. You ignored me. I didn't say anything that I just said, about her and the kid and her flirting. And it was obvious, so obvious.
Right.
But I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I don't want your classes. I'm never going to use this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, you need to see me after class. And so I'm like, okay, fine. So I shut up for a while. And at some point in the class, started talking again. But she kind of ignored me the rest of the class. I go talk to her when class is over. And she's like, so, you don't like my class, huh? I'm like, no, I don't like your class. And she's like, well, you're going to fail my class. Because at this point, I probably had a C.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you're going to fail my class. And not only are you going to fail my class, you're going to fail all your other classes. And you're going to flunk out of high school. And you're never going to get a job. And all that, she's sure really, and I kind of deserved it. I was really rude to her. But she's like, yeah, you're going to flunk out, blah, 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 blah. You're going to fail my class, you're going to fail your next math class, you're going to fail all your other classes, you're never going to amount to anything. He just went off
It's
for a
very,
while.
Very inspirational talk.
So, not only did I pass her class, I passed it with a C. I went to my next math class, passed it with a 94, 95, something like that. My Algebra 3 class or trigonometry. And I went, and when I got my report card that year, I walked to her classroom and I put it in her hand and I walked away. And with my grades circled. And I just left. And it was so good. I've never felt better. And I've been like a jerk to teachers in my days.
Mm-hmm.
But this lady deserved it. And I'm really interested to see where... So someone in the chat, Pika 864, I'm really interested to see where they're from. I just want to know where they're from, because that's kind of eerie. So anyway, and I know they were true. Everybody knows they were true. But anyway, moving right along. So that was my fun story. What's yours?
This didn't specifically happen to me, but it was one of my friends, and it was pretty great. And so we had a teacher that. So we had a teacher that, of course, this is dating myself a little bit, but if you wrote an essay on a particular topic, I think this was history, if you had a nice cover sheet, again, like a huge picture on it or some graphical design type thing, if you put a lot of work into that, and she didn't read your paper. And so, and to prove this point, I had a friend that literally took all his time and spent on this wonderful cover sheet and wrote a paragraph, and then the next paragraph down the sheet was, by this time you don't want to read this paper. I really think and just kind of blasted her. The remaining 3 pages. Well, he got the paper back and made a 98 on the paper. And so he photocopied it and passed it out to every teacher in the school. So that was a wonderful. But I had the teacher and so it wasn't as much fun for the rest of us after all that happened. But it was definitely kind of exciting in the moment to. She had to know my friend that did this, but
yeah, I think anytime you can show up a teacher.
I mean, judging by your other story, I figure that was appropriate.
That's appropriate. Yeah, I think, and that's they're not all teachers are bad.
No.
And even the ones that are part of these stories are not all bad. I was a bad kid, so I probably shouldn't justify. But at the same time, there's like a little bit of me that's like, yeah,
sticking it to the man, quote unquote.
But anyway, moving right along. Thanks, JBJ, for the question. Let's see, we got any other questions? I think that's all I got here. Let's go to the random topics again. Okay, we'll do that. I don't think we talk about that. So, have we talked about hanging out on Friday or Saturday? I think we might have.
I think we have, yeah.
So, our verdict was
Fridays.
Friday. Because Saturday you got stuff to do. Saturday, also I want to sleep later on Saturday. Friday I'm already up for the day, etc., etc. But while we're here, anybody in chat have any questions that they want to ask? Slenderman or Enderman? Neither. They're both terrifying.
Yeah.
Both of them are terrifying. I don't know. I might take Enderman over Slenderman. But yeah.
Those freak me out. So.
Yeah, they're both scary. But Slenderman, I don't know. He's a little more scary.
It might be a little scarier.
I mean, I know they're similar, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I'm a wuss with horror stuff. So
with horror stuff, yeah. No, I'm not good either. Does anyone have $1 to spare? No dollars. Sorry. Let's see. We've seen a lot of these already.
Yeah.
This is a problem. Okay, I don't think we talked about that, have we?
I don't think we have.
Real quick, chat. Have we talked about our favorite Star Wars movie? While I'm waiting for the answer,
I know we've talked about Star Wars, but
while we're waiting for the answer, let's talk Star Wars news.
Oh yeah.
So, some more pictures leaked, right?
That's true, yeah.
Of Star Wars.
You saw the ones in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We had those, and then today, I think it was today, was Millennium Falcon. Pretty
very excited about that.
Pretty awesome, yeah, definitely.
Very excited.
I'm curious to see if it's going to be the whole thing. It kind of looks like it is, just by judging by the structure in the picture. They're like building a full length, like full size, but it's pretty.
Yeah,
incredible.
I'm pretty excited about it. I have a new message. See what that is. Oh, good. It completely moved. Aha! Okay. Sorry, guys. Internal things. All right. So, Star Wars. Oh, Millennium Falcon is cool. I'm so excited. Though there's a part of me that like kind of hopes that Harrison Ford like can't drive it anymore. Like I just want to see Harrison Ford run the Millennium Falcon into like a planet or an asteroid or something. Like, oh, I didn't even see it. It came out of nowhere.
Credits roll.
The end. And then he poops himself. No, I'm just kidding. I would be really mad if they did that. But no, I'm excited about that. I'm excited they cast Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But she's been killing it anyway.
Oh my god, yeah. She was 12 Years a Slave.
I haven't seen it yet.
She's incredible in that movie.
I need to see it. Yeah, no, she's been killing it lately.
I own it if you want to watch it.
You own it? Okay, let's watch it. Yeah, but she's been killing it, and so it's good to see. I know everybody complained. They're like, oh, there's no diversity in the cast, and that's true.
Yeah, but,
I mean, to be fair, in the original trilogy, there's, 2 black people?
well, if that, probably.
I mean, you got Lando. And you got, even if you take the new ones, you got Lando and you got,
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you're going with,
Rob Ford probably can't drive.
no, probably. And if he can, he probably should.
He probably shouldn't drive.
That's another fun topic. No, I think, if you're dealing with potentially the kids from the offspring of the original casting in some way, shape, or form, so I wouldn't expect them to be a highly diversified.
Mm.
They do have some diversity, more diversity than they've had in any other Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
As far as from leads, but
yeah,
I'm very excited to see Lupita in it, though.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be good.
But I can't remember the other actress's name, the one that plays Brienne.
Yeah, she plays Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones, though.
She's excellent in that.
So that's exciting. I'm kind of excited about that. Get some more women in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mentioned. Have they said anything about what roles they're playing? Probably not, right?
No, I don't think they've mentioned roles for anybody.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. So they think that we haven't talked about our favorite Star Wars movies.
Okay.
So do you want to start that or should I?
I don't know. I think I've already.
I think we might have mentioned it in passing.
Yeah, I mean, I usually go back between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, but that's, well, I know Return of the Jedi gets a lot of crap for the indoor sequences, which are not my favorite part of the movies by any shape.
They're worse than the new, the Blu-ray versions.
Yeah,
They changed them.
well, it's difficult for me too because I'm coming from it from the I watched the originals on VHS, and so I still remember those pretty well. I still have them on VHS. Yeah,
I got them on DVD.
I do on DVD too.
That last transfer where they were like, they're like a bonus disc in the DVD set. I have those.
Well, so I still remember all those originally. So it would be between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
I think the thing is, with Return of the Jedi is you kind of had you had some really great moments with Vader and Luke. You had more character development. Of course, back then I wasn't really whenever I was 9, I was like, oh, I like this movie better because it has more.
There's more character
development
in this movie.
But the prequels, I watched the prequels not perfectly long ago. I got the Blu-ray set thing for my birthday last year, and I was reminded just how much I hate certain sections of those movies.
Oh yeah.
The third one was not a complete horrible thing, but still, there were just certain sections of that I hate. So it would definitely be original series, which is the reason I'm excited about the new movie.
Yeah, there's a lot I didn't like about the prequels. I don't think we needed midi-chlorians. I don't think that needed to be a thing. I think Jar Jar is the worst I understand why he's there, but I
Yeah.
think he's the worst. To be fair, though, go back and watch Empire, and Yoda's equally as annoying
Yeah, I
in
mean,
Empire.
yeah, that's fair.
Except for I think Yoda. I'm of the camp that thinks that was Yoda putting on an act.
Oh well, sure. I mean, they kind of allude to that. Even.
Yeah, I didn't get it as a kid though.
No,
I was like,
yeah, no.
why is this guy so annoying?
Yeah.
But with Jar Jar, it's not an act. He
Yeah,
just
no,
is dumb.
he just is annoying. Yeah.
And Lucas knew it too. I love how in I think it's the second movie. There's a shot where Jar Jar looks dead at the camera, breaks
Mhm.
the fourth wall, and looks dead at the camera, as if to say, like, "I'm still here.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? I'm an
Yeah.
integral part of the plot now, for no reason.
For no reason.
I'm in politics." Like,
Yeah. It was.
if you get a chance, watch the people versus George Lucas. Have you watched that?
Yeah. I've
Okay.
seen it. Yeah.
So if you guys get a chance, watch The People versus George Lucas. It's such a good documentary. My favorite movie of the Star Wars franchise, I think right now, is Empire Strikes Back. And it's so funny because as a kid, it was my least favorite.
Right.
We've agreed on that it was our least favorite as a kid.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are that way. But it's something about Empire speaks to like a grown-up person.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
A
the
lot
older,
more.
Yeah, I mean, the older that I got, it definitely moved kind of right into the territory of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. There's so much character development there. I mean, you just look at that movie and what's going on. I mean, you've got the revelation that Darth Vader is Luke's father, which is huge.
Yeah.
You've got all connected to that Luke losing his hand, which even makes him more like his father.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Leia Han relationship really takes hold,
Yeah.
and is just, I love Harrison Ford. He's so good because
The whole I love you.
yeah,
I know. But,
and not a line by George Lucas because George Lucas is not smart enough to come up with that line.
well, I mean, it's it's the reason I'm legitimately excited for the new ones is because
He can't touch him.
well, he can't touch them, but the guy that wrote Empire is the one that's helping write.
Yeah.
the new one. I mean, like that's just like a no-brainer to me.
For sure.
So,
For sure, so I think that's all good.
I mean, I'm not anti-Lucas by any stretch of the imagination. 'Cause I mean, you wouldn't have it because of him.
Yeah,
But the thing is I think people realize that as much as the prequels were kind of a revolution as far as in digital technology, I think everybody agrees it's obviously overused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, going into it, whenever I was just excited there was going to be a new Star Wars movie.
Yep.
At the time, but
and there is still some of that in me.
oh sure.
Like when I watch the
yeah.
prequels now, there's still bits and pieces of me that's like I'm a Star Wars glutton in a sense.
Right.
And so that's why I really like a lot of I'll even watch the newer changes because, man, it's Star Wars.
Well, I mean, there's just something, part of it's nostalgia, I think. But, like, anytime that music just comes on, I mean, it's just like, I don't even care what's going on.
John
Like,
Williams is so good.
Yeah. And so, like, because he's coming back for these, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I have a really good feeling. I'm already a J.J. Abrams fan, so, like, it's,
Pretty sure J.J. Abrams said he wouldn't do it if John Williams wouldn't come back.
yeah, well, I mean, everything's pretty much aligned.
Yeah, it's good. I'm excited, especially knowing that he's a fan of the series.
Well, there's already been a lot of Easter eggs with everything, like all these practical effects and practical sets, and I think it's definitely going to have the feel. Of
Yeah.
the
I'm very excited. I think the best Star Wars things I've seen in recent years have been things made by fans.
Yeah.
And J.J. Abrams is nothing if not a fan of Star Wars, and he's an uber fan who really has the money to back what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna be there day one, opening night,
Midnight. Yeah.
the next day, the day after that.
I'm
And
going to single-handedly try to get them to reach that whatever Avatar number they need to pass.
right, whatever number they have, and yeah, I think they probably might.
I think they stand. I think only franchise that stands a chance to do it.
Yep, except for the next Avatar.
Yeah. I will be curious though. if how Avatar 2 does. Like
Yeah.
if it's like if so much time has passed since.
I don't
Yes,
think
I mean-
it matters for James Cameron.
Well, I don't think it matters for James Cameron either. But I mean, he's shooting what? All the second, third. Is there 4 now or 3? 4. Because isn't he shooting all of them at once?
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be paid for by the
He's
time.
pulling a Lord of the Rings, so. Yeah, here's the thing.
I mean, I like Avatar, but like, I'm just curious to see if this next one's going to be just.
What you need to do for Avatar to get off of Star Wars, because we've answered the question.
Yeah.
For Avatar to do what it needs to do, it's gonna have to show us more of that planet. I think that's the big thing that he wants to do anyway.
Yeah.
Because we've only seen like a small subset of this planet,
Sure.
so there's plenty of other things he can show us. Here's the thing about James Cameron: it really doesn't matter what he does; it's gonna make money now.
Oh, well,
Like, he's hit the status, I think, and I may be proven wrong. When you look at his track record, he's done 3 movies that have been the most expensive movies ever made. He's made them. And he's made money back.
well, tenfold.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, when a person like James Cameron says, I'm going to make the most expensive movie ever made, and then he does it, and he pulls out way more money than he put into it, that says something. Not only does it say something to studios, but it says something to audiences. And even if they don't know it, even if audiences don't know, oh well, he made this movie his most expensive, they made all this money back. Even if they don't know that, because his movies make so much money, they're so popular, there's so much in the public eye that they blow up. And so, by all rights, James Cameron thought Titanic was going to flop.
Yeah.
I mean, he went into it thinking, this is it. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily for him, he could ride the wave of previous successes, and people ignored his failures.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's whenever Avatar came out, I think you had. I mean, the 3D experience for Avatar. I don't think I've seen anything yet that is
Not yet.
that is peaked on the 3D level. And that's saying something because I mean I've seen some pretty good 3D movies since,
Yeah.
but nothing had the immersive effect that Avatar had. And technology has done nothing but improve.
Yep.
Since then,
The only thing I'm worried about is his decision to use high frame rate, which I'm for.
right.
But the only exposure anyone's had to it has been The Hobbit. And a lot of people didn't like it in The Hobbit. I liked it in The Hobbit, but a lot of people didn't like it.
So I never got a chance to see it, so I haven't seen it yet.
It's off-putting. You remember the first time you saw HD?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Right.
But he's adamant. But here's the thing, though. In the same breath, when he made Avatar, he's like, I'm going full 3D. Everyone's like, oh, 3D is a gimmick, blah, 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 blah. And then he made it, and it was fantastic, and everyone thought it was fantastic. So, those are the same things people are saying about high frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I hate to put it this way, but when James Cameron does something, it gives it validity in the film industry.
Well, I mean, the thing is like there's always, as soon as anything new comes out, technology related to film, it always is not popular at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is whether or not whatever your feelings are on the prequels with Star Wars, and that was literally the first films ever done in a completely all digital format.
Mm-hmm.
And now you look at the industry, which is prevalently digital,
Mm-hmm.
with the exception of Nolan and a few other, Abrams for this film. And I'm not against film. Tarantino, but like you have people that are going to be diehard film, which Abrams isn't diehard film. A lot of his movies have been digital, but I think for this, it's important for it to be film.
Did you see? Speaking of Tarantino, did you see him saying that digital is the death of cinema?
Yeah. Well,
First of all, by the way, it's been here a while, buddy.
It's been here for longer than
I don't really know.
I think he.
I love Tarantino, but I think he's a dick.
Well, he beats his own drummer.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
I did just watch Django Unchained the other day again. So good, love it so much.
Yeah, it's an excellent.
So yeah, movies and stuff. But I think Avatar is gonna. I think it could do good. I think
it'll do good. I'm just curious if it's going to be
worth having 3 other movies.
Well, yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I'm just. I'm just curious what the storyline is going to be. I mean, you know what I mean? That first movie is already pretty well self-contained.
It's gonna be Pocahontas 2, right?
Pocahontas 2.
I mean,
let's read the script for that.
Wasn't there a Fern Gully 2 as well? There probably was a Fern Gully sequel.
Straight to DVD or straight to
so
DVD,
that'll
VHS.
be what it is. It'll be you mix Pocahontas 2 and Fern Gully 2.
That's right, and that's basically the script.
Did you see the thing where someone took a paper about Pocahontas and scratched out the names and wrote names of Avatar characters, and it's the same thing?
Yeah, I thought that when I saw it.
But that even further proves the point.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know.
There's so much wrong with Avatar. The more I watch it, the more I realize plot-wise what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
But it still blew up, and that gives me hope.
Yeah, I'll be online to see it. It's not like I'm not gonna see it.
I'll be there.
We're not kidding myself to think I'm not going to.
No, I definitely will.
Um,
Just like I'll go see any Quentin Tarantino movie comes out, even though I think he's the biggest dick in the movie industry.
I mean, I'm pretty excited about next year in general.
Yeah, movies. Yeah.
I mean, Jurassic World is coming out, which, as you know, is like my
my god! So
favorite thing.
Screw all these other conversations. Did you see what the people from? I'm sure you did. What the people making the new Jurassic Park movie, what they said about the new movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god! So if you guys don't know, so the plot of this movie basically is what happens when people get bored of dinosaurs. Because, after all of the events of the first Jurassic Park movie, which is all like dinosaurs are scary, blah, 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 they finally made the whole theme park thing work. It's a thing now. And so the time is like, everyone's just like, oh yeah, dinosaurs.
Well, to me, it's a brilliant.
It is so brilliant
way to do it.
Because here's the thing, not only is it good just on a plot level, but it's really good, like, social commentary.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because it's going to be coming out, just the movie itself, like, people will be like, oh yeah, dinosaurs. Like, when we saw Jurassic Park the first time, it was like, oh my god, what are they doing?
Oh, yeah.
But we're used to that now. We had Pacific Rim. Come on.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim, Godzilla that looked legit. Yeah. So they're going to have to do something with this Jurassic Park movie that's going to blow our minds, and I'm really excited about it.
Well, it's going to be interesting, too, because it's going to be cool to me seeing, like, an existing park. You know what I mean? Like a park that works and isn't people
right
dying and everything, at least immediately. And they're going to have some sea creature dinosaurs for the first time. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited. That concept art with, like, the shark being held over a tank for a dinosaur to eat, like SeaWorld. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
And apparently, again, not to like give too much away, but they've already said this. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so like the villain of the film is going to be this dinosaur that's like genetically mixed.
Oh, that's cool. I'm so excited.
It's going to be pretty
when does that come out?
Next summer.
I'm so excited. Can we fast forward?
I know, right?
Real quick, I'm going to answer. There's 2 questions in chat. We're going to answer both of those. One, I'll do the one that's going to be quick. Yeah, I've heard they are making a movie about a Minecraft movie by Warner Brothers. Notch actually tweeted that out. So, yes. It is a thing that's being talked about. Now, whether or not we'll see it to fruition, who knows? But Notch did tweet out that they're working with Warner Brothers for a Minecraft movie. So the other question is, how is Quentin Tarantino a dick? Quentin Tarantino is a dick in every way, shape, fashion, and form. Because he thinks he knows better than everybody else. He thinks all of his stuff is like the best thing ever. And he's sort of racist. He's a lot racist. And so all of those things. So The Hateful Eight, which is his new movie, the script leaked. And then he went up in arms, and I'm not making the movie anymore, and this is the problem with the industry, and da-da-da-da-da-da. By the way, somebody on your team leaked it, buddy, so it's somebody on your end.
Right.
So now he's backtracked on that. He said, I am going to make the movie.
Duh.
So he's going to make the movie. But I don't think he was going to make the movie the whole time. I think it was just Quentin wanting to get his panties in a wad and complain and talk about how you're messing up the genre. He's a he's a filmmaker's filmmaker. I mean, when you hear, like, you ever watch, like, if you ever watch the commentary on his movies, he's like, he's a tool.
Yeah.
Like, I watch the commentary because I love his movies, but he's like, and this is the classic Brian De Palma scene. It's a throwback to Brian De Palma, one of my favorite directors. And just like, he's a guy that worked in a video store, and that's part of who he is. And when he talks about film, he talks about film like a nerd, but he talks about it like a nerd that thinks he knows more than you and, like, lords it over you.
Right.
And he's just kind of a tool. That doesn't mean he doesn't make great movies, because he does.
Yeah.
And some of his arrogance is warranted, I think.
Oh, sure.
But.
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing for James Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
But again,
100%.
not that the man doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly, and that's
the
thing with Quentin.
Yeah.
He's legitimate. Like, you know, back in the day, you probably could have said, well, he's not that legit. But, I mean, you've had Inglourious Bastards, you've had Django Unchained. So, you know, you've had these movies that are all really good.
Yeah,
and, like, critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
So he can say what he wants to say, but at the same time, like, you're not the end-all, be-all of film, so stop acting like you are.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's kind of how I am. And the best way that I can think to wrap this up, Quentin Tarantino is the Christian Bale of directors. That's just
Come
full circle
once again.
Always back to Christian Bale. All roads lead to Christian Bale. In my mind. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming out. My camera just like freaked out on me for a second. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Someone said the most explicit podcast of the, because I said dick?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I don't mean like I don't mean genitalia. I just mean just being a jerk.
If that's the most explicit episode we have, I feel like we're actually doing.
I mean, that's tame for us.
Fairly well, yeah.
You know, we do good not to cuss on here. You should hear us as soon as we're done. As soon as we're done, probably. I'm gonna mute this mic and hit an F-bomb. I need to. I gotta get it out of my system. No, anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming by. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back here, not next week.
No, not next
because
week.
next week I'll be in Los Angeles for E3.
And I'll be in Orlando.
What? E3? And you'll be in Orlando at Disney World.
I will.
Getting you a new Mickey butt mug.
That's right. That's right.
So
I'm gonna get a new character. You know,
a new character's butt.
That's right.
To drink out of. So we won't be here next week. But you can send us your questions still to Twitter. We'll still get them and all that stuff, and we'll keep them in the bank. I say the bank. We haven't had one yet because every week we're like, send those topics.
That's right.
So anyway, guys, thanks for coming out. We'll see you guys next week. If you missed any of the episode, not next week, 2 weeks from now. If you missed any of the episode, you can go check it out on YouTube. If you're watching it on YouTube, then that'd be silly for you to go back to YouTube because you're already there. But if you're here in the chat now, in the present, not in the future, then you can go to YouTube and check it out if you missed anything.
Unless you've seen X-Men Days of Future Past, in which this could all be not real.
It could be. Could all be.
We'll see in the future.
I'm so confused. We have to go back.
That's right.
Okay.
Where's Hugh Jackman?
Thanks, guys, for coming out. We'll see you next time. Bye.